it's a cat! Hi, Cora. What's up? I own like 4 tripods and I have no idea where any of them are. And okay, well, here's my desk. There are my antidepressants. And this is just normally what it looks like, kind of a mess. But so I have this television sitting on top of some plastic storage containers. Why do I have this? Well, I was originally trying to get this Mac Mini to work because that would help me with class with students who use Xcode, but that was not successful. For some reason, the Mac Mini does not like this monitor. But anyway, that's not important right now. What is important is that I'm instead using it to test out the Vamoose, which is sitting under a bunch of things. So I have set up the software to auto boot, and I can just pull latest whenever there's updates. Let's plug in the power one-handedly. This is very easy. This is why you should have better accessibility. Not everyone has use of both of their hands all of the time. Okay, so that's plugged in. This needs to be on that, and then it should boot up into Vamoose, and I have this gamepad plugged in. So there it is, and there's Vamoose, woo! This is an early version, so this just has the Quick Attacks menu. If I had more controllers plugged in, which I do. No, those are the keyboard and mouse, right? I could hit buttons on the keyboard to make them show up. You'll have different players here, and I think the game... Oh, now I have to ready up everybody. Okay, this is an old version. We're not going to worry about this. I'm just going to go ahead and shut down this version. Okay, so let's actually look at the Vamoose stuff so far. Really, it's just menus, but we'll open up code blocks and I'll show you how I'm trying to adapt the games to be more modern. So, if I go back here, we have the old games. We have a bunch of old games. Let's open up Quick Attacks Do. I don't know why I named it that. Okay, so here is what the original Quick Attacks menu looked like. You'd have to control it with the mouse and set these up. It did have gamepad support, so that's cool, but you'd have to use the mouse to do any of the setup. I was very proud of this menu when I was younger, but it's not going to work for my purposes right now. There's also different frag limit and different barrier styles, and there's no way to unselect a character. So there you can play as different characters, you shoot, and that's about it. You attack each other. So what I'm doing with Vamoose for this specific project, for Quick Attacks, it's such a simple program. Oop, this is not the front page. Let me go back to the program and set the startup state as the startup state. So I've been reworking everything to work with just a gamepad or a keyboard. You can also do the same with WASD is actually player 1, so you can do that. And I've been setting up the menu. So, oop, I think I hit the wrong thing, or I haven't programmed in cooldown. So here's the menu, and then based on who, starts playing, they can type something in and choose their character, and they have distinct colors. And you can set these just by hitting up and down, and then everybody has to ready up, which is just their like command OK key. That was the cancel button. Oh well, whatever. I don't know what I just did. Did I just... Well, I think I didn't implement everything correctly. Also, bugs everywhere. We're working on it. But anyway, I'm trying to build these out to work with a gamepad as a menu. So similarly, let me see if I can find the bootleg bash. Did I have a project file? I do. We'll throw it in here. I'll show you the original bootleg bash. It's lovely, terrible music. It doesn't support gamepad. It just, in the manual I wrote, says use X-Patter. So that's lovely. You can choose different characters. I forgot what the controls are. Oh yeah, Control and Shift for a character. So those are the different things, and you can go in here and select and go play. You can attack, or other attack, or press down to do a barrier, or press up to jump. So, D-pad and 2 buttons basically per character. I'll just knock Pookie off the screen. There we go. So I don't have the game, like, completely switched over. I'm just working on menus right now, but if we go into Bootleg Bash, it will look like this at the moment, and I might rework it some. None of this is operational. I was just trying to get it to look decent for, like, a widescreen television sort of thing, something you could see kind of from far away, and everybody has their, you know... I'm gonna also retool these cursors so you can see them on any kind of background, but just some sort of like, you can select your characters here. And then finally, well, I have 2 more games from the 2000s that I want to put in here. One of them is Rarrinth. So with Rarrinth, a long time ago I added a second player when I was at a maker fair, and I wanted to, you know, let people play with their siblings or whatever. So it is currently 2-player. It's not that big of a deal to add another player, so I am going to add more players. But this is the main menu to Rarrinth. It just is this, and then you press a button to start. In Vamoose, I only have a really early version of this menu, but we'll set up. I tried to make some sprites that look like Rar, but like in the same style, but also kind of doofy looking. So yeah, and then the final one, I haven't done anything with the shopping mall menu, but that one is also, sorry, if you heard that, my ringtone is recording my friends saying hello and then setting that as their custom ringtones. So the last one is shopping mall. It's only 2 players with the D-pad. Okay, again, I have to use the mouse. D-pad and numpad. I made this for a kid friend a long time ago.
All day, so you don't have to pay anything for a makeover.
I don't know if you could hear that.
Today is free makeup day, so you don't have to pay for a makeover.
I just recorded my voice saying things.
You can get a makeover from that other lady. I'm on break.
It's free mall day, so you don't have to pay anything for a makeover.
So it's just like, you can go around, you can run into the shelves to get new shoes. I might improve this user interface.
Today is free shoe day. Try on a pair of shoes. After all, they are free.
That's my dad. You can do your hair. And it'll change colors and stuff.
I am a master of hairstyling. Feeling like you need a change? Just sit in the chair and I'll give you a new hairdo.
So that's all just me with different voice pitching. Here's me, for real.
Use the dressing rooms on the right to try on different clothes. We carry all the latest fashions.
Yes, these are all the latest fashions.
We carry all the latest fashions.
I forgot how
Use the dressing rooms on the right to try on different clothes.
Anyway, this is all that this game is. I haven't done any work with it, but I need to make it work with gamepad, and I'm going to add 2 more players to that as well. So that's where I'm currently at. And then I also created a Vamoose page on itchio that you can go look at. I added some development blogs if you want to read about my thoughts in my brain, which it's available there if that's something that you desire. But otherwise, I was thinking about like what other games would I want to have in here. Some of my 2010s games, then like here are the problems with changing over any of my games from the 2010s to work with Vamoose, but maybe I'm going to work on the 2000s games first, because those are going to be the easiest ones to move over, because it's just C++ and Allegro. And then as far as for 2020s games, what am I going to make? What kind of new thing am I going to make? I don't know yet. So right now my focus is just on getting these old games working for Vamoose so that I can like take it places and play with some friends, and hopefully, well, I mean, COVID. I don't have high hopes with being able to hang out with three different friends at some point together. I usually just see maybe like one person every couple weeks, and maybe if I visit the kids, my favorite kiddos, we can play that together, but I haven't seen them in a bit because they're sick. Get well soon. Not sick with COVID, just general sick, but yeah. So one day we might be able to gather once again and play games together. Or maybe I can take a television outside with some game pads and set up the stuff outside, and everyone's like 6 feet apart playing video games. I don't know. Maybe it's not a great time to make local co-op games, but whatever.